Very good morning, guys, and welcome to one of my new videos. You're with Nigel, you're watching Tech Burners. So today we're going to be talking about the topic on how to get the best mileage out of your car. Any car, no matter of fact, but today I'll be driving the Tirber. I'll show that to you and how we can get out the best mileage, how your acceleration should work. And this is not just my personal experience. Yes, I'll be talking to my personal experience as well as some mechanical terms for how the throttle body works and how the acceleration happens and how the intake of air, the flow happens. I'll try to show that to you as well. So this will be the topic for today. Without wasting time, let's get started. So now we are inside the vehicle. So as I said, today's topic we'll be talking about how to get the best mileage rather out of any vehicle or any car. Now as you can see, guys, let me just turn you can see this is the RPM, right? Now every time we hit the acceleration, you can see the acceleration. Every time we hit the acceleration, the RPM increases no matter as soon as you hit. So the higher the RPM goes, the lower the fuel efficiency. So the higher the RPM, the more fuel consumption. As you hit the accelerator, the more throttle you give on the accelerator, the more fuel consumption. How this works, I'll show this to you here up above. What happens each time you hit the accelerator, guys? The throttle body inside, there is a valve which opens up. I don't know whether you guys seen it. I'll show it to you once again. So this valve opens. So if the less acceleration that you give, the lesser the airflow, the air intake. So if this is the valve, for example, now if I have hit the acceleration slight or very low, this opens this much and there is this much space where the air goes into the engine, the intake goes. So that's much of power the engine is able to generate, and that much of fuel also it burns. Now remember, that is why when cars, this is how even the cars they have sports mode, eco mode and other modes. There's nothing much, there's no rocket science to this, guys. If you change, if you have a car which has had sport mode on, what happens if, say example, this is your accelerator, you've pressed slightly. On a normal eco mode, if the slight press, and this is the valve, or what you call that, the cap, where once you press the accelerator, the cap opens slightly for the intake into the engine, the air intake into the engine. So with a slight press in the accelerator on a normal eco mode, the engine will open this much. But if you are changing that to the sports mode, what happens is once you change to the sports mode, even the slightest press on the accelerator, that cap over there opens quite, say, about almost half. So what happens in that, the more intake of air into the engine, the more power it generates, the more boosty your ride feels, it feels more powerful. But that's nothing, it's just that it's increasing the intake of air to the engine, which is giving you a better performance. But it gives you a better performance, no doubt, in speed, in power, but your mileage drops drastically. If you have one of those vehicles, you will agree with me, when you're driving on a sports mode and you drive on an eco mode or a normal mode, you will see there's a difference in mileage. So the same thing happens even on any car. Now if you have a car like I have, the Tirber, which does not have right now any sports mode, any driving modes. So many of you have those cars. So what happens, guys, when we are driving at a speed of maybe 80, 85, what happens to pick up to that speed? We have to hit the accelerator a bit hard. So if this is the accelerator, we have to press it a bit hard. So what happens, that gives it that initial boost to give it that speed. But my tips and tricks over here to you guys is, what happens, hit the accelerator hard when you are picking up in the beginning. Now once you hit that desired speed of 80, 85, 90, whatever speed, even if you are driving at 100. Once you've hit that speed, let the acceleration go for at least a second or two. You'll see, as soon as you let the acceleration go for a second or two, you will see that the RPM drops. After 2 seconds, immediately, this is the accelerator. Just give it a slight nod. Just slight. What happens? It helps you maintain that same speed, but with the minimum acceleration. So if you're maintaining that speed, remember, we are already at that speed because we have hit the high acceleration and desired speed we have got already. Once you've hit that desired speed, and now I've left the acceleration and just touched it, so the valve, the cap opens just very minimum, but we maintain that speed. So even at a high speed, you can maintain a good fuel efficiency by just following this technique. Remember, once you've hit your desired speed, leave the accelerator for 2 minutes. Let the acceleration, the RPM drop. Instantly, just touch the accelerator, maybe just a notch, and let it be. You will see you'll maintain a speed, maybe 1 or 2 kilometers will drop in speed, but that will eventually pick up again. But you will maintain a fantastic economy, a fantastic mileage rather also. And this mileage, trust me, it goes not only for, I've tried this not only just on my car, and not on just on the Tirber as well, on other vehicles that I've driven, as well as not just the car. As I said, I've even tried this on bikes. I have a own Royal Enfield, I own a Meteor, so that is also this. It works exactly the same, and this helps the engine to last much longer as well. Guys, trust me, I've owned previous other bikes as well, and till date, whenever I've sold my 2 old bikes, the earlier bikes, the people who bought my bike just couldn't believe that is this a new old bike, because the engine was fantastically and maintained, as well as it had a pickup which was different compared to the other vehicles in the same segment, the same model. So this is a few tricks. Now maybe let me just take this car out from here. While I'm on the road, I'll show you how it works, how the RPM drops when we leave the accelerator, what exactly I was explaining, and I'll show you that as a live demo. Now if you can see, I'm accelerating to a speed of 90. The RPM is on 3, that's 3000 RPM. Now once I've hit my desired speed, I've left the accelerator for a few seconds. Now I just put a slight touch. The speed has dropped by 5 kilometers, but you look at the RPM, it has dropped to 2.8, 2.7. So this is what I'm meaning. I'm managing the same speed. I'm on a flyover actually. I'm climbing. That's why the speed has gone down. Now you see it's gone to 2.6, but I'm almost on the same speed. With a very little or no touch on the accelerator. See, the RPM is 2.6, 2.7. But I'm maintaining that speed. I'm maintaining my acceleration with a good mileage. And if you look at the side over here, the mileage part, it is showing me a current mileage. Roughly, it's showing me 11.5, but look at the blue line. The blue line shows the actual consumption at present, which is somewhere around about the 22-23 mark. See, the acceleration, the RPM has gone to 2.4, 2.5. Now if I want to pick up some speed, I hit the accelerator a little more. You see the blue line drops. Can you see the blue line dropping? That shows the acceleration gone higher, the mileage drops. Now once I leave, when I touch the accelerator again, I'm maintaining the 85 speed with the 2.7 thing, and you see the blue line is going up again. So like as I was saying guys about the acceleration and the economy rather, fuel economy, as I was showing you earlier, the more you accelerate and hit the accelerator hard, it opens up that valve. The more the valve opens, the more pressure, or the air rather, goes into the engine, the more faster the car runs, but it's also more fuel consuming. It consumes a lot of fuel that way. So the technique, as I told you, it works for me, and it's also technically proven. When you are accelerating, guys, if you accelerate your vehicle, whether it be a car or whether it be a bike, it works the same way. The throttle body works the same way. So when you are on the initial pickup, you have to hit the accelerator a bit hard, no doubt. Once you are at your desired speed, or reach your desired speed where you think you can cruise along, leave the accelerator for a couple of seconds, maybe 2 or 3 seconds max. Let the RPM drop and just give it a slight nudge, a slight tap. So you continue at that speed with a minimum acceleration, opening the shaft just that little bit, but you're maintaining that speed. And the best part of all, you're maintaining a good mileage, because the shaft is less open, less air goes into the engine, less fuel gets consumed. Simple as that. So these, as to me, as of my best of my knowledge and to the research that I've done, guys, this is how you can actually save a lot of fuel when you're driving. Yes, if you're going to be hitting that accelerator hard and continuously driving at that, the mileage will be dropped, guys. You will get a low mileage. So that is why I will see many people complaining about the Tirber. There's low mileage, mileage is very less. It all depends on the driving, as I said in my earlier videos, guys. It depends on how you're hitting that accelerator, how you're driving, and it's totally on the driving styles. Because many complain that this car does not have power, so they hit the accelerator a bit harder to give it that extra bit of power. But till date, I haven't felt anything, and I haven't felt little power issues as well. So I don't know, maybe everyone has their personal opinion, but yes, the only thing, when I'm working the rear AC and the front AC together, because there's double ACs, when you're hitting both the ACs together, you won't find a power issue, but maybe say from 100% it drops to around 99%. That's only on the initial first and second gear. Once you hit the third gear again, there's no difference whatsoever. But for this price segment, have no complaints in power. It's fantastic. The vehicle is fantastic again, and it's giving me a good mileage, and I'll be doing my servicing soon. So once the servicing is done, the mileage should increase, and I believe the performance will also increase. So guys, this was all for today's video on how to save your petrol, how to save your oil, how to get a better mileage and the best out of your car, whether it be a Tirber, whether it be any four-wheeler, or even, matter of fact, even be a two-wheeler. The way you accelerate, the way you ride, the way you drive, that's all that matters. You will get a good mileage. Saying this, guys, signing off. Do watch my video, stay tuned, and please do like and subscribe, guys. Please do subscribe. Help me grow, help me grow in many ways. So along with you means let me grow, and when I'm growing, obviously, guys, with your support, it helps me, it encourages me and motivates me to make more beautiful videos and on more interesting topics. So do rather help me and support me. Till that, saying that, signing off for now. This is Nigel, your host. Take care. Bye bye.